So this is the flow over weirs and notches apparatus. In this equipment we have different types of weirs and notches. With the help of these weirs and notches we can determine through experimentation that the flow, the discharge through each weir, the discharge coefficient of the weir and their flow characteristics. So this equipment contains a storage tank at the bottom. This is a storage tank and this is the centrifugal pump. The pump draws water from this storage tank to the top of the channel. This storage tank has a drain valve which can be used after the experimentation to drain the water inside the storage tank. At the outlet of this centrifugal pump there is a flow control valve V1 which helps to regulate the amount of flow entering into this channel. On this channel there is a level gauge installed which is adjustable throughout the length of the channel, which can be placed in any position across the channel. This gauge can be used to measure the water head across the weir. So this channel contains a water inlet. This is the water inlet and two seep plates. These seep plates are used to minimize the turbulency of the water entering into this channel, so that the flow at near to the weir will be smooth and laminar flow. So at the end of this channel we have attached a 60-degree V-notch weir. This weir can be attached with the help of these Alki bolts. With the help of Alki and a plier we can detach this. With the help of Alki and plier we can dismantle this weir and install the second weir. So the second weir is rectangular notch weir. This is the rectangular notch weir. This weir also can be installed into this channel with the help of these Alki bolts. So at the bottom of the channel there is a volumetric tank which can be used to measure the amount of liquid in liters, and with the help of the stopwatch we can determine the flow rate exiting the weir. So this valve can be used when we want to measure the flow rate. We will close this valve and let the water collect in this tank in respective amount of time. We will note down this volume in liters. This is the calibrated scale. This is showing liters from 8 liters to 40 liters. So with the help of this tank we can determine the volumetric flow rate. There is a drain valve attached at the bottom of the channel to drain the channel after the experimentation. So this was the complete overview of the flow over weirs apparatus. Now to start the equipment I have filled the tank with clean water, and I have also attached the 220 volt power supply. So I have just this in this position the valve is closed. Then if I open I will set this valve slightly. After that I will turn on the pump, and as you can see that the flow is entering into the channel. It will take some time to fill the channel, then it will pass through the weir. So to start the experiment, first of all fill this channel and close this drain valve so that the channel can be filled. Now the flow starts to entering into the outlet of the weir. Now to measure the datum head, I will turn off the pump and close this valve. And wait for some time such that all of the excess water will be diverted back into the channel. As you can see that the flow has been stopped leaving the weir. Now we have the datum head. This water level will be our datum head. We will measure this datum head with the help of this level gauge. I will unscrew this bolt, and this will allow us to move the probe, this steel probe, into vertically. With the help of this center line, I will measure the height in centimeters or millimeters. So I will adjust this steel probe such that the tip of the probe just touches the water level. So I will lose this. Okay, now I will move this upward. Now I have loosened this screw, and I will drag this down such that the tip just touches the surface. Now I will again tighten this. As you can see, the tip is just touching. Now this is our datum head, which is 17 centimeter. So this will be our datum head. Now I will turn on the bench. Our flow control valve is shut down. I have turned on the bench. Now I will increase flow slowly, just a little bit. To make some head. Give some time to establish the water level head. Then we will find the increase in head with the help of this level scale. So the profile has been fully developed. Now I will loose this screw and move this move the probe upward such that the tip just touches the water level. As you can see, the tip has been went down because water level has been increased, because we have turned on the pump and we have set the flow rate. So I have adjusted the probe. As you can see that the tip just touches the water level. Now we have the new reading, which is 19.2 centimeter. We will subtract this reading from the datum head, which was 17 centimeter. Now this will be our head reading. Now the next step is to measure the flow rate of flowing water through this weir. So to measure the flow rate, I will turn off this pump. I will turn off this valve, then give it some time to fill this water tank until the level will be seen from that side gauge. As you can see that the water level is now start to collect in this tank. So now we have some reading of the volume in liters. With the help of the stopwatch, we can determine the amount of water in liters in that specific time. Then we will divide this volume with time. Then we will have the volume flow rate. So with the help of this scale and with the help of stopwatch, we can determine the volume flow rate. We determine the head reading of the weir. Then with the help of this data, we can find the volumetric flow across this weir. To take the next reading, just increase the flow by opening this valve again a little bit and wait for some time to establish the complete profile. Then take the head reading and take the volumetric flow reading. This way you can find the coefficient of discharge and flow across this weir. So as you can see that our probe has now went down because water level has been increased, because we have increased the flow rate. Now you can measure the head again and volume flow rate. Then after that, with the help of the this data, we can find the volumetric flow rate across this V-nose weir.